there, I'm Construction Gamer. In today's episode of the Mainline, we're going to be heading back towards Chester, where we've got that fuel run up and running, because I want to convert that fuel run from the current trucks to trains in order to maximise that profit. I'm reckoning we're going to make some massive profits if we upgrade that to a rail route. So yeah, that's what I need to do. We're not kind of desperate for money, but obviously the more profit we can make, the better, and that means we can plough more money into our main line and our passenger routes. Since the last episode, I've just adjusted things a little bit, so I've got some steel trains, some British steel trains, and some lumber trains as well. Lumber trains? Wagons, they're definitely wagons. So the top speed of these, which are, I'm not sure what they're called actually, these vehicles here, is it going to tell me if I hover over it? The BBA steel carrier, I've got those as steel coil. Top speed of those carriages, wagons, is 60 miles per hour. So what I've done is to subscribe to some Class 60s which have a top speed of 60. They've got quite a lot of horsepower, quite a lot of tractive effort, but a top speed of 60, because basically we don't want to be putting faster trains on our faster locomotives on our trains, on our consists, because obviously it's a waste of the power and it's just costing us money because you have to pay, and you know, it costs extra money. Let's go into a depot, shall we, and see what the sort of cost comparisons of these locomotives are. So we've got like so the Class 70 is, you cost 1.7 million pounds a year to run. Class 60 costs Class 66 costs 1.5 million pounds a year to run, whereas the Class 60 costs 1.4 million pounds a year to run. So it's a little bit cheaper, but still with a good amount of power. You can see the tractive effort there is a great deal bigger than the Class 66. So yeah, we're just maximizing the profitability. Hopefully, I think the steel carriers are still losing money. They are at the minute, but they're not really full there. And what I've done is, what are these? I've done the same with these wood things. These OTA timber wagons have a top speed of 60 miles an hour. So I've put some Class 60s on this as well, just because we don't need a higher top speed. These are actually, I think these are making money now, aren't they? These ones, they were, because I've put 2 trains on each now, then obviously it is costing a lot more money. But we've got two sets of trucks, 2 sets of timber, lumber, forests, 2 sets of forests feeding into 1 lumber mill. So hopefully this should start to ramp up production at some point, but at the minute those are indeed losing money. I'm not too concerned, because overall we are making money. We've got 1.3 billion in the bank, so it's not a great concern. The only thing I don't know is, are there any other lumber wagons? Because these look quite old with their single axles, 2 axles per vehicle. They haven't even got proper bogies, which just looks quite old fashioned. But I don't know if there are any other lumber or timber wagons available, British ones anyway. If there are, let me know in the comments, because definitely would like to replace those, particularly if we can get some faster ones. I might be tempted, because these aren't carrying actual logs, I might be tempted to go intermodal with these and use the container flat cars, because I think some of those have a higher top speed. And obviously you wouldn't be carrying timber like this on a lumber wagon anyway. But that's just something for in the future to think about. For now, that's doing the job adequately, even if it's not making any money. So let's go over to here. Right, so let's pause the game. Ooh, we've got lots of fuel weight in there, have we? No, not tons. What I want to do is I want a branch line which serves the oil refinery, the oil well, and the oil refinery. So that's the fuel refinery and the oil refinery. If you remember a few episodes ago, we put this in place. Now this is earning about 8 million quid, which is good, but I think trains could do better. But I don't want to just have rails everywhere, so we want a new branch line which is going to go into Chester eventually, and it's also going to serve as a passenger line for Manchester and Newport to feed into Chester. So it's a dual purpose railway that we're going to be setting up. So let's get on and build some tracks. So we'll go high speed out the gate. We won't go with any catenary at the minute because we don't need it yet. So let's just put a piece of track in, and then let's wind our way over. You can see here I've already painted a rough guide of where I want the rail to eventually go. I don't think, actually no, we will have it go straight into Manchester eventually. I don't really want to have to build like a branch off the branch to serve the city. So we might put a curved station on there and then have buses ferrying people in, and then we'll just have a line coming up here towards well, towards the oil refinery. We don't want that. Was that going? Why are you going so far? Doesn't really... Oh, it is a bit of a hill actually, isn't it? Yes, it is. Right, so let's put this piece of track on, and then it comes down the other side. Right, we want a piece of track. Don't want the track anywhere. We just want a flat piece of track relatively close to the oil refinery, and then we want to try and connect that up to that, which we can do, and it's 100 miles per hour. That's fine because it's a branch line, doesn't have to be particularly quick, and then we'll just have a little bit of track going off there towards Newport for now. That'll just be a dead end. Not going to bother with any bridges at the minute, just want to get the track in place, but we may as well replace the level crossings with British ones. So there's one there and there's another one here, doing all kinds of ugly things to the road network. Well, it doesn't really work particularly well with asymmetric roads, does it? We would definitely have to put a bridge in there at some point. Good, so we've got that in there, and then we want a nice big railway station. Building cargo 320. We'll probably make that a little bit longer, and I'm just going to chuck it alongside the track for now. Number of tracks, we only need one, and we'll put that in there like that. Have I got any? Don't think I've got any modules. Have I any cargo modules, cargo platforms? No, we've just got the standard. So what we'll do, cargo platform, which one is it? Is it that one? Let's put an extra 2 modules. I think that takes up to about 360 meters, and we'll just have those sorts of tracks, and then we'll just link that straight up to that. I think something a bit like that, nothing particularly complicated about that. And then again, the same sort of thing. This again wants to be a through station. Does it? Yes, it does. Right, so you want to be about there, like so, and then this track wants to go off towards Chester, so in that sort of direction. And then we want another building which we'll have as a terminus this time. I think we only need one should be sufficient, just on the bottom there, and then a piece of track coming in which needs to, this is going to be, the curve coming out of here is going to be very tight and very slow. Well, I've set that 50, that's fine. Coming into there like so. Actually, no, let's reconfigure this. So we want cargo platforms, we want cargo, so we want to add 2 anyway, so we need 1, 2, 3 and 4. Get rid of those bits and then add a bit of track like so, and then this probably the same with this. We need another, are we going to squeeze? No, we're not. Right, let's get rid of that track. Configure platforms, cargo, another 2 platforms to make this quite long, and then chuck them on there. Right, now next thing is, this is going to be a 2-track, and it's only a branch, but it's going to be a 2-track branch railway. So we want 2 tracks coming along here. I think I'm going to put these 2 tracks in for now, just because we have to start thinking about this junction. So this wants to come in to there, which is going to be very tight. Does it look rubbish? It's quite tight, but I think we'll take it. And then what we need a switch from here, coming across this 2-track section, and then that into there is going to be far too much. Right, so we'll have a piece of track coming off. We want it to be level with that. We don't want any ugliness with that junction there, do we? No, we don't. Put that in there. Put the building on something probably like that. Just want to attach a piece of road, see if that's going to communicate with the actual what we need it to. Is that close enough? Yeah, that's all right. That's fine. I know it's a little bit far from the oil well, but I think that's fine. And then obviously a little bit of track coming alongside. Double track that. I'm going to have to remove this road. So we want to switch there, and then no, we don't. Do we need it? No, we don't, in fact. Actually, we just need the one and then straight onto the side there. We don't need a switch in the other direction. That's all fine. Actually, yeah, what we'll do is we'll put on that. I don't imagine that we're going to have 2 trains yet, but we will have the tracks in place. Yeah, just trying to think of the actual route. We put 2 segments on that. Did we put 2 segments on this? Don't think we did we? So we're going to have to redo that. Just a couple more segments. Track. And let's see if we can just connect that straight to that. I know it's going to be, actually 50 miles per hour is fine, I think, for a freight train. That's good. Right, let's go back up to here because we need another road running alongside. Now I'm going to keep the truck stop in place. We'll show that's important. I'll show you why in a minute, and maybe we'll just have a loop. Like so. I'll keep that as a single track section because I only imagine we only need 1 train for that. That's connected up already. This just needs to be moved. Again, we'll just stick with a level crossing for now. Not sure if I've done all the level crossings correctly as British ones, have I? No. Yeah, I think I've done them all now. Right, so that's all sorted, isn't it? Right, so next one is new line coming from the oil refinery, picking up crude oil from the oil well and then dropping it off at the oil refinery, and then that's it. Good. That was nice and straightforward. Do I need to set anything up? I don't think I really do I? I think it should all do itself automatically, but this wants to be Chester Fuel Refinery, Manchester Oil Well, and then this one is Newport Oil Refinery, like so. And then we need depot, which I will chuck on actually around here. I think I'll chuck it onto that just so we're getting fuel straight away. Actually no, I won't. I'll put it on here. And then buildings, we'll go with a fake little depot. I think I'll do a little bit more track, and then we'll go building that one. What should we go for? It doesn't really matter too much. We'll go concrete, modern bumper, high-speed tracks we will go with catenary, I think, just in case in future we electrify the line. Something a bit like that. So let's have a look at the wagons. I've got some wagons already, which are cargo TEA tankers. HYA, where's the TA? That one. Top speed of 100 miles per hour, that's good. And we'll go with, what should we go with? We'll go with the BP black tanker, and we'll go with a diesel locomotive. Let's go with the class 70. Yeah, because you're much more powerful than the class 66. We're going to top and tail a couple of them, and then we're going to go with the cargo vehicles. Try and find that again. Just tank car. Yeah, you've got the capacity on that's quite balanced actually, because it's just a little bit longer, but it's got a little bit more capacity. So we're going to go 344 meters long with a capacity of 320. Modify, and then line 1, which needs a name. So this is cargo oil Chester Newport. Actually, we'll go cargo oil, and no, just cargo oil. It is carrying refined oil. Let's unpause the game, and then let's get these trucks here. No, don't need that. We just want the trucks, the ones we can see. Let's get you sold. Yeah, I'm going to sell them, I think, and then I'm going to get rid of the route. Let's just quickly change the color just so I know that's. Yeah, that's the one we want, so get rid of that. Yeah, because now the train's superseded that route, hasn't it? Is it carrying any? I don't think it is. No, it's carrying a bit. Yeah, I'm hoping I'm proved right and this does earn quite a lot of money. Yeah, definitely need to sort something out with that junction eventually. Right, okie dokie. So we've got this oil refinery here. This needs 2 oil. So I think what I'll do is we've got another oil well, which is handy. I'm going to go buildings. We're going to go with a truck this time because the route I could potentially kind of swing back and pick up some more crude oil, but it's just not. It's not practical, is it? It's not. It doesn't look realistic. Doesn't help with anything, and I don't think it would make any more money. So I think we'll shove some more oil in on one of these. So we'll go 40 meters long. We will go for high cargo capacity because somebody said in the comments, forgotten who it was, that basically higher cargo capacity is kind of essential for these platforms. Doesn't terminal standard high, asphalt, fence. We'll go with the wall, lights, and we'll chuck you on there. Very nice. Right, a little bit of road. So this one, that one, and then we'll get this connected to the closest bit of road. Not like that, we won't. Right, just across there, and then pause the game. Let's just reconfigure this road network a little bit. Basically, want to try and eliminate T-junction. So basically, any of our vehicles don't want to have to go onto a T-junction. Yeah, I've upgraded quite a lot of the road there, and then that's all fine. That's fine. That's good. Don't know what that bit of road is. Do we have a truck stop anywhere? It's quite far away. No, that's not a truck stop. Have we got any truck stops? Got one. No, that's a truck depot. No, truck depot. Yeah, that's what we want. Right, let's chuck one of them on around here. Actually, it's a fairly decent place that, because we can get buses into Newport and Solihull and Sheffield from here. So how many trucks? Let's see. Cargo, the man trucks. Let's see what the tanker is. You've got a capacity of 32. And these man F2000s. No, you've got big. Yeah, I'm going to see if there's any more trucks in the workshop. I don't want to use these to death. As good as these look, I just don't want to be using these all the while. Right, so we'll go 8. And then you do actually need a route, don't you? So you're going from there to there. Good. Right, so you are cargo, oil, just literally Newport, isn't it? Good, let's go. I don't think we need 8 actually. Let's maybe sell 2. I think 6 should be enough. Don't need any maintenance. We'll have it like a graphite grey. Just change to the cab colour. Chuck those on the route. So basically, yeah, like I was saying, it takes 2 crude oil to produce 1 refined oil. So we basically want the train going out of here with as much oil as possible. Now, obviously, we're only producing 400, and this needs, well, hopefully, eventually we'll need 800, so let's just keep an eye on that for now, and that should hopefully ramp up production at the fuel refinery. Where's the fuel going? Can I remember? Since the update, because I use the arrow keys to navigate around the map, like, because I'm pressing up and down now, it just kind of, it's defaulted to that, so I think I've got to rebind all my keys. It's just a little bit annoying when I'm trying to navigate around the map. So where are you going? You're going to Knaresborough with the oil. We are transporting, what's that, 70% of what they need, so we could actually get away with, oh no, that's bread, 80% of what they need. That's not 80%, that is. Or is that connected? I know that's a growth factor, but it also seems to be roughly the amount of product that we're shipping as well, so we could get away with shipping a little bit more fuel to Knaresborough once we've ramped up delivery of this. How many more wagons can we get on that? 400,000, that's rubbish. Let's configure this train. Nope, don't keep doing that. I've got into a really bad habit of doing that now, cloning vehicles, which is really expensive. I want to configure TE8, that one. Let's add another 2. Possibly overkill, but we will see. Right, so he's only going to pick up 50% of the oil that's here, obviously, because, oh no, it's not. What's it picking up? Yeah, it's not going to leave here full of oil, is basically what I'm trying to say, because of the 2-to-1 ratio that you have with the actual oil refinery. But what I hope is that with the trucks for supplying crude oil, that the oil refinery will have a full load approaching 360 by the time that the train gets to it. Let's just take a look at this. We've got quite a bit of crude oil, 40. Yeah, I think that should, 6 trucks is looking like enough. And hopefully we will ramp up production of this. That's what we need to happen, really. But also what I didn't do is the Newport oil refinery. I want to put the weight on that as well, don't I? So full load, we'll have a 2-minute stop, minimum of 30. We don't really need to put a minimum on. I'm not entirely sure what the minimum purpose is, other than kind of providing a gap between trucks. I don't think I really need it, but we'll put it on anyway. Maximum stop of 1 minute 20. Road vehicle 70 is in very bad condition. I do like these new icons actually that the has been provided since the update. Yeah, that definitely needs a road bridge. What sort of profit are we making? I know it's very early days, but it's already apparently more profitable than the truck route that we had on, so that's hopefully proving my point about the profitability of trains, and that can only improve once this oil refinery starts to produce even more. So yeah, I think I'll be proved right on this eventually in terms of making a huge amount of profit. And we've built a little bit more passenger branch line railway as well, which is going to serve Newport, Manchester, and it's going to come into Chester eventually. Let's just, before I sign off, I've been experimenting with providing fuel for Chester. Let's just see if it's accepting any more fuel. That one. No, there's still only 2 buildings accepting fuel. So I'm not sure about the how we can kind of drive growth. Maybe as Chester grows, as the city grows, once we start providing passenger services, maybe then it will start accepting a little bit more fuel. But for now, that truck is still losing money, but that shouldn't matter because this train should earn us a lot of money, especially as it's getting a backload from the oil well. I think I just want to set this up. Chester Newport oil refinery. Let's turn off. No, I'm not gonna bother. It should sort itself out eventually, he says. If it doesn't, then I will have to come in manually and adjust things. But as things stand, it's all looking good. I think probably get away with 5 trucks on that, maybe. But that's earning us a little bit of profit as well. But the main thing is the train, which, yeah, eventually will be a nice profit earner, and then we can build another passenger line, which is all good. But I'm going to leave it there for today. Say until next time, bye bye.